All right, so we are entering. Look at that massive push, guys. We might just take Apple instead. Apple's going crazy here, up 10%, $45 a piece. And the reason why I'm in this trade is very simply because look at this 1 hour breakout here off of this resistance. Understand, this is risk to reward. If I go in for $300, I'm willing to lose $30. That's it. It's very simple, just 10%. This is how you read price action. Look at this. Check this out. Continues this little downtrend in the after hours and downtrends in the pre-market. We need to break this downtrend. I need to look at the volume. Now, this is a breakout of yesterday's highs. Okay, market just opened, so let's see what we're gonna catch today, guys. So we got a nice fat green rip right off the open, and what I have for today, or what I plan on doing, guys, is this is how you read price action. Look at this. Check this out. It's very simple. Bouncing off support here, pushes up Monday, continues this little downtrend in the after hours and downtrends in the pre-market. Then again, look at this. Bounce. Where we most recently bounced over here. Very simple. Here we are bouncing. Now, what I'm looking for is this, guys. We need to break this downtrend, which is just grabbing the wicks right here, grabbing this wick right here, creating a little trend line. I need to look at the volume and make sure that this hourly candle closes with some good strength of some good buyers, maybe similar to this area over here, or a very strong bullish candle like this one. And on top of that, I plan to go long above pre-market high. You can see every time we hit this general area, it tends to reject. So if we get a nice candle close above, then I might take some calls above there. That's my plan. So let's watch it together, and I'm gonna show you guys how to read price action, because again, look at this. You need to create your analysis on the higher time frame and follow the market on the higher time frame, and then you execute on the lower time frames. That's how we do it, guys. And then once I get a confirmation on a 15-minute time frame, then I drop down even again to the 5 minutes, and then I take an entry. So anyways, let's see what we can catch today. Hopefully it can be a good dub today, guys. So we have Jerome Powell speaking, and he's testifying against Congress at 7 a.m. my time. So I do update the Discord with the time zones every single time. But here is Jerome Powell now speaking to Congress. And now look at that candle on SPY, guys. Wow. Guys, so I'm on the edge of entering some AMD calls here. Now, this is a breakout of yesterday's highs. Unfortunately, I did miss pre-market high breakout here yesterday. So here we had a nice pullback, and now here we are on the breakout. So thinking about entering some AMD calls here. My fear is just entering in way up here, and then it pulls all the way back to my EMA, which, you know, can happen. So a better entry would probably be around, 1108, which is about 40 cents drop. But at the same exact time, it can literally just push off from here, considering that this is kind of like a little bit of a flag here as well. All right, so we are entering a little bit late. We got in 305 a piece. We're gonna slap some AMD calls here. Market closes in 5 or 2 minutes for this 15-minute candle, and we're gonna enter here, guys. So look at that massive push, guys. Let's fucking go, man. AMD wants it, man. 15% here. Contracts are over $40 a piece. We gotta think about selling, because market could easily just reject. All right, fuck it, we're out. You know why we're out? Because we just don't know what this market's gonna do. So look at that. We just recovered yesterday's losses at least. Market is pulling back here. We can take Apple. We might just take Apple instead. So we're gonna take a stab at some apples here, guys. We just got in, and this is gonna be our last trade because we do gotta head out of here real soon. Now, this trade is a little bit of a risky one, considering that market is pulling back here, but it could easily just be a nice potential retest here on Apple. So I got in the money contracts next week's 232.5. So we have a decent in the money, they're decently in the money. So let's see what these can do. The reason why I'm in them, I'm gonna show you guys. The reason why I'm in this trade is very simply because look at this 1 hour breakout here off of this resistance. So it is a little bit of a risk here entering, because you just never know, guys. It's a pretty fat move already to the upside, but we are going to enter it. There we fucking go, guys. Apple's going crazy here, up 10%, $45 a piece. Guys, let's get out of these apples because market is pulling back here. Let's get out on the bid. Guys, very good trade today, guys. We saw $95, but we're out today at $75. So look at that, guys. We just took 2 trades today, one on Apple, one here on AMD. This is how much we're up on the day, guys. So look at this. We recovered 2 days worth of losses. Now we're up $75. Yesterday we took a $33 loss. The day before that, let me check real quick. I think it was only $40 because Friday was a $40 loss. Yeah, exactly. So look, let's do the math. 33 plus 40. What is that? $73. So I recovered 2 days of losses in one single day. Now, honestly, they could have been a lot better as far as maybe just holding AMD just for a little bit more, because it did actually hit price target, and now it looks like it wants more. Of course, I'll be very honest. We should look at this. So look at this. Learn from my mistakes, guys. Even though this was a very good trade, look how much I could have and should have and would have held for, guys. This is what I need to learn, even me myself. So yeah, I can capture some good trades. Nice break of yesterday's highs. Entry off the retest. 15 minutes, everything looks great. Good push. Managed to hold through the pullback. Get another push. Sell here on this candle. Guys, I needed just to hold for an extra 5 minutes to hit my price target. But not only that, look at this. Not only does it hit my price target, but look how it's consolidating again and getting very tight, creating a little bit of a flag pennant here. Then a big break again. Now these contracts went from 305, my entry, to 340, to now they're currently at, let's see, 380. So guys, this would be an $80 trade in one single trade, which is very fat, which is what we look for, guys. This is what we need. So anyways, we managed to recover our trades off a single day. 2 losses. And anyways, guys, so that was AMD. That was AMD's trades. Very good trade. Either way, there's a lot of lessons that we can learn from it. Let's also look at Apple, guys. Apple was a good trade too as well. We entered here off this candle. You guys saw it. We got the nice retest. Very simple breakout to the upside. Just had to hold for this support pullback consolidation, and we got the break. Sold at the top of this candle, and you know, it is what it is. It might continue on, but with the market conditions today, guys, we're just gonna call it good there today, honestly. I mean, everything's not really doing too much. The reasons why I exited on Apple is because when I look at the whole market, it's not really pushing. QQ still pulling back. SPY's kind of not really doing much. ES, same thing. And NVIDIA keeps rejecting this general area. The only stocks that are doing some decent stuff is AMD and Apple by itself a little bit. So guys, I'm glad we got out of those contracts. I mean, yeah, that was a very solid trade. So anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. I do gotta head out to the dentist, and guys, we're just gonna call it there, guys. Seriously, I don't plan to trade anything else. I don't want to capture anything. We already caught some moves, and it is what it is. So let's continue on about our day, and let's go get these braces tightened, and let's continue on about our life. I'll just hop on here and honestly just explain this little whiteboard behind me real quick and talk to you guys a little bit about something real fast, guys. Understand, this is risk to reward. You need to learn risk to reward. And I created a video. Actually, matter of fact, I'm about to drop a video on this, but guys, understand, this is the way I used to trade. As soon as I see a 10% gain, I used to just sell. I don't do that no more because that's very unprofitable. Because guys, I'm just chasing a $30 gain to lose $30 back to back. It's a tug of war. I can never get my portfolio to grow that way. I'll be very honest. Now there's some pros and cons to it. The thing is this, is you need a high win rate. And the reason why I say that is because if you're a scalper and you go in for $500 and you take 10% gains, that's $50. If you do that 3 times, that's $150 a day. But you need to be right those 3 times back to back to make that 150 is what I'm trying to say. Now let's go further down the line. Now let's talk about 1 to 2 entry models. Again, $300 entries, you're willing to lose $30 to try to gain $60. That is decent. It's still not that profitable, and you can't really get too far. But and again, you need a decent high percent win rate, because you can take 2 losses back to back, and 1 good trade will recover what you just lost. So you can take 2 losses back to back, right? Of $30 losses, 30, 60. You're down 60. Then you take 1 good trade, and let's say it hits your 20% price target. Guys, that's a $60 gain. You just break back to break even. Now that's not bad. The issue is you need to find 1 or 2 type of setups. You cannot find these quick in and out entries. You got to find and make sure that it's an actual nice breakout. You get a good solid entry, and you ride it. What I'm trying to do is 30%, 1 to 3s. Now today, honestly, I didn't hit none of them. I bet AMD probably did end up hitting 30%. And this and right now Apple is currently up over $100, which would be a little bit over 20%. So Apple's up 20%. So that one's up 1 to 2. But anyways, guys, look at this 1 to 3. This is why I shoot for these ones. And this is why I'm trying to only look for entry models like this. I'm trying to look for setups that have fat payouts like this, because again, if I go in for $300, I'm willing to lose $30. That's it. It's very simple, just 10%. And I can get those the way I trade. Now, I'm shooting for a $90 gain. That means I can lose twice. And if I take that 3rd trade and it hits, not only would I recover what I just lost, but I'll be up even extra $30. Now, of course, there are times where I take 8 trades back to back and they're literally all losses because my setups end up failing. But again, right after that, I had a day where I was 5 days for a full week green, and every single trade was a very good solid trade. Shooting for 1 to 3s, 1 to 2s. So guys, understand, make sure your setups are actually realistically possible to hit a nice price target. Don't just enter in the middle here and then it hits the resistance and it rejects, and now you're only making 5%, or you just sell out for $0. No. Make sure you get a nice breakout first. Like for an example on this one here, make sure it breaks out, capture the retest for a good entry, and you ride with it as best as you can to try to shoot for the 30% gain. Guys, imagine, check this out. With this entry model, and let's say realistically in a good world, you hit 30%, and every time you get stopped out, it hits 10% realistically every time. Let's say that. You can lose 3 times back to back, and that'll be $90. Now imagine if you win 3 times right after that, back to back. $270 if my math is right. So imagine if you lose 3 times back to back and then make $270 right after that. Lose 90 to make 270 right after that. And then, you know, obviously you just do the difference and that's what you would make. So guys, understand, with this model, you can lose a decent amount of times, but recover, because let's say you lose 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, but then you win 5 times. Or you could even lose 3 times, but win 2 times. You know what I'm saying? You'll still be up. Check that out. Guys, do the math with this. Play around with this number. I can lose 3 times. No, let's do the math even better. I can lose 5 times and win only 2 times and still be profitable. That's a $150 loss if I lose 5 times in a row. But if I win twice, that's $180. That's $30 gain. Imagine that. 5 losses, but then you take 2 wins. There's no way you take 7 trades total and all 7 of those trades are losses, unless you're like me. I'm very certain you can take 7 trades and at least 1, 2, 3 of them, or even 4 of them will be profitable.